Myth number 3, ADHD is outgrown by adolescents. We can dismiss this right away because we now have many follow-up studies, including my own, but others that were done even earlier and started back in the 1960s and 70s, and all of them find that ADHD persists into adulthood. How much? Well, as I talked about in my video a couple of weeks ago on this topic, it depends on who you ask and how you measure it. But overall, we can summarize the research as showing that at least 2/3 or more of people with ADHD remain fully symptomatic and impaired by adulthood. An additional group does not meet diagnostic criteria, but has high levels of symptoms and impairment. And then there's a small group, perhaps about 10 to 15%, who do eventually outgrow the disorder. But it's a very small number, and it's not very common. So we have lots of studies to show that ADHD is not outgrown. But as my video a couple of weeks ago showed, it can fluctuate markedly over time, so that every few years we can find that you're still in the category or you've moved out of the criteria, and then you move back in later, and then you move out. That can happen just by a few symptoms fluctuating, so that instead of having the necessary 6 or 12, you have 10 or 5, depending on which dimension of symptoms we're talking about. So you can kind of move in and out of the diagnosis. That doesn't mean you're outgrowing the disorder. It just means it's varying in severity to some extent.